Wait a second, Matt. Isn't there like already a dozen videos on YouTube about this exact topic? I mean, look at all these videos. Well, yeah, but most of these people aren't even successful real estate investors. They're just YouTubers talking about like the one or two deals they've done. I guess we could listen to you. I mean, you are a millionaire. What's up, Fruitful investors? I hope you enjoyed that little skit. But in this video, I'll be talking about the ultimate beginner's guide to get wealthy and rich in real estate. I'm gonna share with you all the things I've done in my career to become a millionaire by age 28, a multi-millionaire by age 30, and completely financially free by age 32 if I want. I can retire right now and live the life on the beach. But I'm gonna keep going, baby, because I'm young, I'm ready to go. I don't know, I looked at my biceps, but let's go. Number one, you wanna know who you are and what you want in your life. What are your values before investing in real estate? Now, before we get into the good stuff, yes, you know it, I'll be talking about that hippie shit, but it's really, really important because a lot of people watch YouTube videos or read books and get sucked into all these fancy formulas and like, dude, it's gotta be a 1% rule if you're gonna invest. Or like, oh no, dude, it's gotta be a 3%. I don't know what the fuck that is. Like, forget that stuff. First, figure out who you are and what you want, because when you're just chasing formulas or chasing cash flow, like a ton of videos, you can only buy a property if your cash flow is $1,000, bro. Like, that's when you get into trouble. Why? You're just searching for the deal. You're hunting for the deal. I'll buy over here. I'll buy 3 hours over there. I'll buy 4 hours over there. I don't give a shit. I just want the cash flow. Your business in a couple years gets a mess. Long story short, you get screwed and scrambled, and a scrambled brain doesn't make money. A focused brain does, which we'll talk about in a second. But going back to what I'm talking about, know who you are. For example, for me, I know that I don't like a stressful business. I don't like to deal with crappy quality tenants. It's not worth it for me. So I like easy, boring, predictable, economic fundamental kind of stuff. So for me, I focus on single family. When I started off investing, all I bought was single family properties. People were like, yo, I got this sweet deal 3 towns over there. I was like, no, dude, I only buy single families. I got this multifamily over there. No, man, I only buy single families. I was laser focused and I knew exactly what I wanted based on my core values. So if your core value is you like to be in the mix, you like to be part of the business, like you enjoy working 12 hours a day, which I also love working 12 hours a day. I do it every day, but my value says otherwise. We're working on it. But like if your value is like, I love to be in it, I just want to be in it. Okay, maybe student properties are for you. Maybe flips are for you. Maybe big multifamily is for you. And if you're more like me, where you like passive, like I don't like bullshit. I don't want property managers calling me at 3 a.m. Like, your tenant kicked the wall in. Can you believe that? Like, I don't want those calls, man. That's why I do single family. Why? Single family attracts typically the highest quality tenant there is. Okay, these people have jobs, families, they're putting down roots. The likelihood of them messing around, if I screen them properly, is very, very little. In fact, in 10, 11 years I've been investing, I've owned over 36 properties at my highest point, 36 individual properties. We sold off some stuff, I'll tell you why. But at that point, I've never had one incident in all these years where a tenant screwed me, they stole money, I had to like evict them, they trashed my house. I've had to evict a couple tenants, but it was like super easy. I was like, yo, I'll give you $1,000, you get out, don't worry about it. No problem, Matt. Like, that was the worst I've ever had, which is one time. I've never had the horror stories, knock on wood, of tenants just like fucking me over. So again, invest on your core values, triple down, know who you are, and then let's dominate. All right, number 2, let's get into the fun stuff now. Specialize and figure out what niche you wanna go into and own it. So again, going back to me, I was single family. That's all I did, man. That's all I did. People were like, the student properties is where it's at. You're only cash flowing like $50 a month on your single family. That's disgusting. Come over here and buy this student property my buddy and his buddy found, right? And he cash flows like $800. That's like 10 of your properties. I was like, no, dude, sorry. I only buy single family properties. When you find one, let me know. That's how focused I was. I know the streets very well. I know what they would sell for on that street. If you say, hey, Matt, there's a deal, a semi-detached property on Breckenridge in Kitchener. I know exactly it's gonna sell for $500 when I'm done with it. It's gonna rent for $1,850 every single month, plus all utilities. I know this in my head. I'm a specialist. So know the streets, know the neighborhoods, know how to renovate these for your ideal clientele, right? If you're living in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, okay, your property's probably gonna be more farm style, more country style. So don't be renovating like New York urban style properties, right? I'm thinking anyway. I'm just thinking that's the case, right? So know your area, know your clientele. For me, in Kitchener-Waterloo, which if you've never heard of it, it's 1 hour south of Toronto. I'm sure you've heard of Toronto. So more urban, more modern. So my renos are more modern, right? You've seen my videos. They look pretty sick, pretty 2021. It's all fancy with stuff. So that's what my clientele wants. And I know that. So that's all I do. So again, if you're scrambled all around all these different areas, you don't know what's going on, dude. You're investing in country towns, you're investing in urban towns. Maybe once you get to a very advanced level and you got a whole business and a team, maybe at that point you can start doing that. But the majority of you watching, you're probably a one-man or one-woman show. You're just kind of running your own little family business right now. So you can't be, I wouldn't recommend, buying in all these different areas, trying to manage everything. Gong show. Number 3, expanding a little more. Specialize in one area, okay? So we're doing one niche. Let's say you're doing student properties because you love to be in the mix, and cash flow today is very important because you hate your job and you just want to get out. So student properties is for you, let's say. So you're only going to specialize, well, for you, obviously, in student towns. So in Toronto, let's say, around U of T, we're going to buy properties all around there. It's great student properties. You're going to know how to renovate them. You're going to know what the students want. You're going to know what the parents want, especially because the parents are the one doing the leases. So you're going to placate to them. You're going to make them feel comfortable, etc. You're becoming an expert, basically, and you're running a real business. You're not just running a mom and pop shop show. If you're at that point now, great. But I want you to think as if you're this titan real estate, business owner. That's how you got to act. You have to run a business, beat out your competition, and the only way you can do that is honestly being an expert. For example, if I always use this example, if you break your foot and you need surgery, who are you gonna go with? Obviously the specialist doctor who fixes feet all day, every day. He can fix your foot. He or she knows where all the bones go without even looking at it. You close your eyes, he can do the surgery no problem. He's such a specialist. He's done it 1,000 times. He can do it in his sleep. Or would you rather go to a doctor that's like a family doctor who's like, take some aspirin, let me get my hammer and I'll pop it back in place. Like, no, we want the specialist to fix the foot. Exactly. So when it comes to you building a business and attracting partners and money, because eventually you will get to that point, who do you think those people want to work with, right? They have hard-earned money they've been saving up for years. They have hard-earned money in their home via equity. They don't want to mess around and lose that money. Who are they going to invest with when it comes time for them to invest with people? The specialist who specializes, who stands up and says, hey man, I only buy multifamily properties in Miami. I can do it in my sleep. I know it like the back of my hand. If you want safe investment, I'm the only option. People are gonna be like, dude, of course, here's my money. That's exactly what happens to me and exactly what happens to real successful investors. Specialize, specialize, specialize. Stop listening to the you gotta buy 1% rule or nothing. Like, that's great. That's a good metric to follow, but don't live by it. Where it's like, well, this dude told me that I have to buy at this formula or else I shouldn't buy. It's bullshit. Those $50 cash flow properties I was telling you about that I bought, those stupid single families, they made me a multi-millionaire by age 30. And I can retire now if I wanted to and live on the beach and literally live a sick life, like a really good first class life. I'm not even kidding. All thanks to those shitty properties. So, you know what I mean? Just be a specialist and invest in good quality stuff. The fourth thing you need to do to really, what's this, the eighth? The fourth thing you need to do to build a real estate business is start building your brand. Now, the best way to build your brand in 2021 and beyond is social media and online marketing. So I know if you're watching this and you're like, I don't feel comfortable with that. I don't like to be on camera. Dude, I get it. Or dudette, I get it. You gotta get over it. I don't give a shit. Pretty much. For those of you who know me personally, you know I'm a savage. I'm a hard ass. So sometimes the real me comes out on camera. I don't give a shit. You need to get on the camera and get on social media and start putting yourself out there. It's honestly the only smart way to grow your business in this day and age is social media. The days of going to networking events and shaking hands with your fancy suit on, listen to my pitch. I buy properties in Miami. Believe me, dude, that's over. Nobody wants to be sold to anymore. Everybody can see through the shitty car salesman. They want to be sold to indirectly, which is my favorite thing that I always talk about. I can talk about this for hours, dude. And I do. On my channel, you can see my social media and how to attract JV videos. There's a ton of them. But basically, how I get so many partners is indirectly selling. So I stand here, or I sit here on these videos on YouTube. I educate about my niche, my strategies, and people trust me. People are like, yo, that Matt dude, he knows exactly what he's talking about. I'm definitely gonna email him and talk about giving him my money. I'm not even lying. I get at least one email a day, kind of like minimum, of people wanting to invest with me. Matt, I saw your YouTube video. I saw you on Instagram. I saw that walkthrough video you did. Is it possible to invest with you? Like, that's what I get thrown money. I have too much money. I need more deals. I'm not even kidding. That's the point I'm at, and it's all thanks to social media and how we did it. So if you want to find out about how to actually build a real business on social media and online marketing, which you have to, like literally everybody has to go down and check out the course in the link. And if you want to take it to the next level, I'm getting excited here. If you want to take it to the next level, you can hire my marketing company, Fruitful Marketing, and my man Tyler and I, my social media manager, we can do all the marketing for you. We'll edit the videos for you. We'll tell you what to talk about. We'll make your Facebook and Instagram look sick, just like the Fruitful Investors, and you will get money. I promise you. We're doing it for clients right now. So if you want to check that out, check out the links below as well. Okay, so yeah, how to get money and how to build your business is social media. I can't say enough about it. Thank you, YouTube. Thank you, all of you guys, for watching, because you've literally made me a multimillionaire with all this marketing. It's the only way to grow your business. I'm gonna stop hammering on it because I've talked about it enough. The fifth step to the ultimate beginner's guide to investing in real estate is stick to buy and hold until your net worth is at least $2 million. Now, this is a very important step for me. I talk about it a lot. You need to build up the wealth side of your business, which is the long-term real estate. A lot of people want to get right into flips on the first deal. I know it's sexy, it's cool. You've seen it on HGTV. You've seen me do it and make a ton of money, etc. I know it's cool, but you can only do that at a certain point. I'll talk about that next. But you really want to build up the wealth side first. The reason I always say is because if I do a flip and I mess up, which is very rare because I know what I'm doing. No, I'm kidding. Sometimes you make mistakes, right? But if I make a big mistake and I lose like 30K on a flip negative, I'm like, oh man, like that sucks. That's awful, but I'll recover next month. I'll get another one. I'll double it. I'll make it right back. No problem. And even if I can't, I have more than a $2 million net worth. So if I have to pay some people back, I can do some things. Okay, it's not really a big deal. It sucks, but I'll recover, honestly, in like a week. If you're a first-time investor and you do a flip and you don't know what you're doing, you've never renovated before, you don't have a team, you got screwed by a contractor, all things that are very likely going to happen to you, by the way, once you're a beginner, so don't do flips. If you lose 30K and you have a zero net worth, it's your first deal or two, what do you think is going to happen? Now you're 30 grand in the hole. You got to go back to your job because now you're embarrassed and you have no money. How are you ever going to get out of the hole of 30 grand with a normal 9-to-5 job? Like, people do that every day out there. They're in debt 30K and they can never get out unless they're savvy. So like, what do you think is going to happen? You're never going to invest in real estate again. You're going to say that Matt, Fruitful Investor Guy on YouTube, is a fucking liar. He screwed me, right? I shouldn't listen to him, or like whatever. You're just going to blame people. You're never going to do it again, and rightfully so. That's how anybody would react after losing 30K. So again, do the fun stuff after. Stick to the boring stuff. I know it's boring, but boring equals wealth. Boring equals success, right? If you followed me from my age 22 to when I started to now 32, you'd be like, Matt, this is awful, man. I've been following you every day for 10 years. You do boring shit. You buy the same houses. You do the same flooring. Every house looks the exact goddamn same. What is this? I'm bored. I know, man. Boring is what makes you wealthy and predictably wealthy, which is what we want. I don't like to have fun in my business, dude. I have fun traveling to Costa Rica, Hawaii. We do cool things all the time with friends. I have fun outside of my life, right? I use real estate as, well, like my real estate is boring as hell, right? Real estate funds my life so I can have fun outside of my business life. And that's what you want as well. That's what I'd recommend. Very, very important. Everybody doesn't talk about that, okay? Most people on YouTube and whatever, they just talk about the fun shit because that's what gets clickbait stuff, okay? I talk about the real, actual shit that's gonna get you actually rich. Take it or leave it. The sixth step you wanna do once you have that $2 million net worth, you're rocking, you're probably around year 7, 8, 9, 10, somewhere around there. Okay, now it's time to sell off some of your best performing properties or the properties you've had the longest. Sell them off, take that, all those winnings, all that profit, and put it into something that gives you passive income. This is a damn game changer. Whether you take that money and you do stock market or higher cash flowing properties, I don't know what you want to do, what makes sense for you. For me, it's private lending. It's something I found out about just like a year ago, not even like 10 months ago. I found out about this. A game changer. It fits perfectly with my core values, as I was talking about. I get predictable, easy, real cash flow, no tenants, no toilets, no garbage, no property managers. It's just straight interest on my money. I love it. I can't get enough of it. Every dollar I make that's, above my living costs, like all of it. Dude, I live so cheap and frugal. It's actually really funny. All the money on top of that goes right into private lending, all of it. And it makes me more money every single month. It's awesome. Okay, so that's what I use for me. I'd recommend it for you as well. If you have values like me, which is boring, predictable, I want to travel the world, not worry about shit. Okay, passive private lending is amazing. So sell off some of your best properties, put that money in there. And what this does is it's more of a mindset shifter. When you're making, I'll just be honest. I like to be honest and transparent. At this time making this video, I'm at the end of December in 2020. We're making about just under $18,000 every single month just on the interest on my money. It doesn't include all the other money we're doing, flips, realtor income, like all that stuff. It doesn't include that. 18 grand every single month. When you start doing that, it's a game changer because you feel like you've hacked the matrix. Like, it's crazy. All that money now fuels my active income side of the business. So it pays for all the marketing to get the private deals. It pays for all my employees, everything. So any money I make that's like from the flips or anything, it just is straight into my pockets. Or in this case, just goes right back out to more private lending to make more money, to make the business grow. It's such a brilliant strategy. That's right, I called myself brilliant. What are you gonna do? Okay, so step number 6, what is that? Yeah, step number 6, sell off some properties, take those winnings and put it into something that's passive. You've earned it, you've worked really hard, it's time to start enjoying life now. Number 7, the 7th step of the ultimate guide is to start focusing on active income sources and mostly hiring the right people. So for me, right, like I said, I built up the multi-million-dollar net worth. Now I have the passive income from the private lending. So now I'm hiring people to grow the business even more, to make even more money, to make life even better. Okay, I don't know why I said it like that, but dude, I love this formula. I'm stoked talking about this. So you need key players to hire. So you definitely need a social media person, someone to grow your brand so you can get attracting more money to buy more deals, etc. So that's your first person you should hire, is your social media manager. Once you get to a certain point where you're doing kind of consistent deals, document everything, and share it with the world. It will come back to you. The karma is amazing. So you need the social media manager. Who else we got here? I got the project manager because now I want to enjoy life, man. I want to enjoy life and I don't want to be in the mix all the time. So I hired a project manager. She deals with all the renovations, all the contractors. I never really see the properties anymore. I only see the properties when I buy them. When I buy it, my man Tyler and I, we go in there, we shoot the video for the before. She deals with the whole renovation the whole time. I don't even have to deal with it. When it's all done and pretty at the end, I go in again, I do the final video, I take all the credit. No, I'm kidding. I gave my team all the credit. But yeah, like that's the only time I see the properties, the beginning and the end. I never see it in the middle. So you need a project manager super bad when you're growing the active side of the business, which is flipping, wholesaling, maybe student properties might fit into this. Something active to make a lot of money on top of your passive and your net worth. That's when it gets really, really fun, man. On top of that, you need an acquisition manager, someone who takes all the phone calls. If you take the flip and the wholesale route to build that business, you can't take the phone calls anymore. You're too busy with your other businesses and living life. You can't take that on as well. So hire an acquisition manager. They take all the phone calls. They deal with the private sellers. They set up the showings. They close the deals. Then they call me up and say, Matt, I just bought this house today. And I go, sick, dude. That's it. That's where I'm at right now. It's awesome. You want to hire a project manager for sure. That's probably the first person you should hire actually, is your project manager to take over your long-term rentals. Don't be dealing with that shit. The 50 or 100 bucks a month to have them pick up the rent, deposit it, take all the phone calls at 3 a.m. Totally worth it. Outsource. You want to be working on the high dollar an hour values, which is for you, honestly, marketing. The only thing you should be doing as a real estate investor after you buy property number 2 is marketing. Tell your success. Teach about your authority, teach about your strategy, attract, more money comes in, buy more deals, etc. Stop trying to do everything yourself and stop trying to buy properties on your own. That's the number one thing that annoys me the most with investors is that they just stay small forever, man. I don't need no partners. I want to buy the deal on my own. And then once I get to that deal and I hit the financing wall, I'll refinance some stuff. I'll finagle my taxes and I'll buy the next one. And then when the next one comes, oh, I got to finagle some more. Like, fuck that, dude. By the time you buy like 3 properties in like 5 years, I bought like 40. You know what I mean? So like just get on the attraction train, the social media and the online marketing and just partner. It's the quickest way to scale your business very quick and live an amazing life. Number 8, the last step of the ultimate guide, and once you become no longer a beginner and a professional investor, is to start backing out of the day-to-day business. So like number 7, start hiring all your key players and start setting up your business in a systematic way that you can teach and train and pass off. That's a step I'm in right now. We're almost at the end, to the point where like I literally could just stay right here in my house and never have to do anything if I really wanted to, or I can travel the world and the business continues. The biggest thing that sucked for me was when I was traveling and like when we left for 2 weeks, 3 weeks, dude, we had a great time. Life was amazing. We had a lot of money, but the business stopped. I was no longer there to show the houses. I was no longer there to find the MLS deals. I was no longer there to find the private deals. When I left, the business left. When I came back, we picked up again. But now, when I leave, the business continues. The guys and girls on the team are running it. That's when you know you've made it. That's when you know you're the ultimate real estate investor. I love to just look at my bicep. Okay, anyway, guys, that's the video. I hope you liked it. If you did, smash that like button. Also hit that subscribe button, and we'll see you in the next video.